All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About Life. In today's segment, we are going to discuss options, okay? So, of course, you all should know that men and women, we all are living different lives despite us living on the same globe, okay? And what that means is that a woman's options are going to be much different than yours as a man. However, men and women both have their advantages and disadvantages. And with that being said, you can maximize your options as a man as you self-improve, as you become the better version of yourself. Okay? And that takes time, years of work, whether you're putting it on the physical aspect or you're doing it on the financials, the mental, the emotional, and of course, your social skills. So much to unpack when it comes to self-development. But we're not going to focus too much about that on this video. The whole point of this video is to be able to distinguish what are options and how do you maximize them, okay? So, for women, it's pretty simple. If a woman looks good, she's going to attract naturally. It's very simple. There's nothing hard about that concept to understand. A pretty girl will have men that will want her, okay? And what that entails is her getting approached in person, her getting approached through social media, through dating apps. All of those components is what's going to allow that woman to select the man that she wants out of her options, because every girl has their own options. They all don't share the same options, even though in a lot of cases you'll find that the better the woman or the prettier the woman, she's going to have access to pretty much the same type of men that other women have access to. And then you'll notice that a lot of women end up sharing the same men, whether it's intentional or not. As for the men, though, way different, right? In order for you to be that guy that majority of women want, you have to really become somebody in this life, right? We're talking about status. We're talking about money. We're talking about looks. Those are the main three things that will allow you to elevate to becoming a man that is going to be highly sought after. However, your options as a man outside of those three are determined based off of the type of person you are. Okay, now I'm going to break down some categories, and I might even do another video about that in the future so that you can understand how to maximize your options. All right, attraction is key to becoming the type of person that that woman is going to want. All right, so as we all know, we all have our own types, right? When it comes to men, we typically are pretty simple, right? Most of us actually like the same girls. If you line up 10 guys and we're selecting one girl, out of those 10 guys, more than likely 5 plus are gonna like that girl. The girl could be average looking, she could have a nice chest, a nice ass, pretty face, whatever, but nothing extraordinary. And a good portion of those guys on that lineup will select her. But if you did that in reverse and you lined up 10 girls and they all had to select one guy, whether it's a pass or not, most of them would pass. Because women are more selective based off of the dynamics between men and women. Again, we all know that men are the ones who seek out women. Women are the receivers. So when we work with a dynamic like that, of course women are going to be more pickier because they have so many different guys to choose from. Pretty simple. While the guys don't have too many women to choose from on their own end until they elevate their value. And that's why I say that it's very important to become the best that you can be, right? The best version of yourself, which you're going to hear a lot of YouTubers talk about that, which there is truth to that whole thought process. So there are different types of guys out here, all right? And those type of guys are going to attract certain types of girls. Now, when it comes down to body types, there are women who strictly only date men that are fit, meaning that these men are taking care of their bodies, they look good, low body fat, you can tell that they work out, you can tell that they're into some kind of sports, or at least something that is promoting their body to have to grow and lean out, right? They're not your average guy. They're not a person that's just going to work and not doing anything. These are the guys that are looking really good for the most part, right? This is how you get muscles out here, right? This is how you do it, by working out. So there are going to be automatically certain women that you have access to based off of having a nice physique. Women are going to be attracted to you based off of how you look. Now, on another spectrum, you might have girls that like hairy guys. That's me right here, right? So when I'm going on dates or when I'm meeting new women, I notice I can tell when women off rip have some type of attraction towards me. And some of them are attracted to my hair. You know, I notice some girls will like to play around with my chest hair and touch my arms because, you know, my arms are still hairy. But what's cool about what I just told you earlier is that there are many categories that women find attractive. But it's not for all women, meaning that you could be the best looking guy on the planet, and that still doesn't mean off rip that all women are going to be into you. There's no such thing. There are still women that are going to look at you and find you rather ugly. And that's the reality, even though you could be considered extremely handsome by many other women. So going back to what I just stated before, with me, I run into women that find hairy men attractive. So guess what? I already hit 2 of those categories. That means that I have access to 2 types of women. Women that search for fit guys and women that also like hairy men. So that means that I could get with a girl who may not necessarily go for fit guys, but she likes masculine hairy men. Guess what? That's me. So that girl will have a natural attraction towards my look. Or on the flip end side, I might meet a girl who is impartial when it comes to hair or no hair, as in that it really doesn't matter to her. But what matters is a man that's fit. And guess what? I fit that category. So now I have access to that type of woman. There are women that like nerdy, geeky guys that are into video games, board games, guys that are into anime, right? Even though these are more popular topics and more popular things to be into, not everyone is. But there are certain women that love guys that are into those type of things because they're relatable. There are hobbies that they can do. They can go out to convention centers and cosplay with their boyfriends and do a lot of fun activities that are in that demographic. So guess what? Those women are going to go for those type of guys. Now, in my case, and I'm using myself as an example so it can be very clear and easy to understand, I'm into nerdy stuff. I'm into anime. I'm into all that stuff. So if I meet a woman that likes that stuff, she might not be into fit guys. She might not be into hairy guys. But she's into guys that like that type of stuff. So I would be her type based off of our mutual interests. So there's just a huge range of different types of things out here in this world. So what you have to do as a man in order to maximize your options is you have to be able to fit different categories. Pretty simple. What I always tell guys is, overall, if you work out and you keep yourself in good shape, you're automatically going to have women that like you because they're going to be women that like fit men, healthy in shape men. If you are a guy who's into anime and geeky stuff, traveling to different convention centers, and again, that type of demographic, you're automatically going to attract women that are into those things. You see? And if there are women who are not into hairy guys, right? Because I've met women who almost found me pretty much off rip unattractive because I was hairy, right? So those women like guys that don't have hair. So if you don't look like me with the hair, then you are going to attract those type of women. And if you really want those type of women, then you can just wax or shave your hair if you grow it. But preferably you want to have women who actually want you for you. The best version of you is always going to be ideal, but you still want women to want you for you, meaning that you should not change things that are fundamental to who you are as a person. Make sense? So that's the gist of this video. There are going to be multiple categories that a person can fit in, right? We're all multi-dimensional human beings. some more than others. But the point is, as a man, you want to be able to fit into multiple categories where you will attract multiple types of women. With me, I have a range of type of girls that I can date. I can date boss ass chicks. I can date more feminine, dainty, kind of need a man type of chick. I can date nerdy, into anime, you know, into their own little world, their own bubble type of chicks. I can date women who are very social. I can also date women who are the opposite. So instead of being extroverted, introverted, right? So I place myself, the reason why I can tell you guys why I do so well with women is because I can put myself into multiple sections where women are gonna be attracted to me. And that's how I do it. So when I do have guys that hit me up on my DMs and they ask me like, damn man, you know, I noticed that I see you with different girls. How do you do it? It's because I attract different types of women. Even when you look at the girls that I post, they're all different. They all come from different backgrounds, all different likes and dislikes, different interests, different body types. So when you are a man that can fall into multiple categories, that means you can draw in all types of women. And that's the ideal type of place you want to be in, because then you have options. As a woman, the options are given. As a man, you have to take your options. And the way you take is by developing yourself into a person who is going to be desirable across the board. And as much as you can, right? But you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing this for women. The byproduct is you're gonna get women. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just throw it down in the comment section below. We didn't have Jonathan in this segment, but he should be here in future videos to come. Again, this channel is growing. I've said it in previous videos, but we need you guys to engage more because I get a lot of trafficking on my social media pages, but not so much on my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, you know, every now and then we'll get some comments, but it's very low. We need to keep the engagement higher so that the YouTube algorithm can pick up and the channel can get spread out naturally. So thank you for watching. And as always, this channel is all about you. Catch you guys in the next video.